I would like to take you on a journey. So please close your eyes. It's okay, I'm not going to ask you to do anything weird. Close your eyes. We're going to do a brief visualization. I would like you to imagine that you're standing in front of a huge mountain. You may think of K2, which is the world second tallest peak in the world. And the mountain stands there in front of you. It's huge. It stands there in all its majestic strength and deadly appeal. As you find yourself at the foothills of this mountain, please see how it would be to actually try to climb the mountain. It would be a pretty tough climb, I can tell you that. It would be full of insidious obstacles, and most of us wouldn't make it to the summit. And who would be able to make it would do so at a huge personal cost. Now take a deeper breath, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. Welcome back. How are you feeling? Some, I'm sure, are thrilled by the idea of venturing up this huge, difficult, dangerous mountain. But most of us, I'm sure, are probably feeling quite scared. And if someone invites us to climb the mountain, we would say, thanks, but no, you go ahead. It's scary, it's difficult. The mountain is nothing but a representation of the individual and collective journey that we have to embark upon if we really want to address some of the social challenges. This is... Can you still hear me? Okay, thank you for sharing with me. Now, the scale of the crisis ahead of us led us to envision the biggest mountain imaginable. And this mountain has been called, if I can get the next slide, someone, or I'm going to do without a slide, it's been called Mount Sustainability. And many change makers have tried to actually climb this mountain. But what we are realizing is that we may be failing because there is another bigger mountain that we must climb. And the reason is that Mount Sustainability tells us that we should push towards efficiency so that we can reduce our negative impact on people and the planet. Luckily, a few pioneers have looked ahead to the horizon and realized there is a bigger mountain to climb. And this mountain has been called Mount Flourishing. He defined flourishing as a goal that should move leaders, this is much better, that should move leaders beyond the goal of just reducing unsustainability to really create a net positive impact. In fact, flourishing means not just to grow, but to grow well, to prosper, to thrive, to live to the fullest. This is the promise of Mount Flourishing, of the new paradigm. We can create a net positive impact for a better world. Now, this sounds fabulous, but it's easier said than done, isn't it? We need to understand where we are. If we want to solve the problems in the world, we need to understand where we are in this complex network of ecosystems. So what I want you to think about is, what is in terms of yours, what is my impact in the world? I have a negative impact and I have a positive impact. And when I do this reasoning, which is rather complex, I also have to develop a mindset of mindfulness. Because mindfulness enables me to step back and observe all that is happening around me and within me, so I can understand where we are. So that's the first tool. Now, we know where we are, but we also want to know where we're going. So the second tool is a pair of binoculars. Binoculars so we can look to the horizon and envision the future. Now, this doesn't mean that we can predict the future. I'm sorry, but as one of the themes of this conference, the future is unknown. And this is scary. It's very scary. And this is why we need to be able to draw upon a second mindset of hope. Hope for the future. Hope helps us to build the resilience that we need to bounce back from any challenges and to adapt to unseen challenges. So what I want you to reflect upon is this. If I were to tell you that there is only a very tiny, tiny, tiny chance that you will ever make it to the summit of Mount Flourishing and see the impact that you're hoping for, would you do it anyway? Would you keep climbing in the face of resistance, of criticism, rejection, and failure? Most of us wouldn't, and that's okay. But if you feel that the answer is yes, it could be because you're getting ready to move beyond fear. Great, so now we know where we are, kind of know where we want to go, but how do we actually step forward? This is a difficult bit, especially for young people, and we're educators here. Now, many change makers fail because they think they can do it alone. Heroes. Sorry, the heroes is past. The problems are too complex for individual heroes. So the third tool we need to put in our backpack is climbing rope. The climbing rope reminds us to connect to others, because that's how we're going to traverse to the summit of Mount Flourishing. And to connect to others, we have to build a mindset of care. We need to be able to listen to each other, to show empathy and compassion, and this is how we can build a strong bond that will resist any challenges. And what I invite you to do is to follow Dr. Brené Brown's encouragement to step forward into your own vulnerability. Because when we can show up and be vulnerable, that's the rope that connects us to each other. And they don't teach us in school. They teach us to be perfect. They don't teach us to show up as we are. Now, you've got some crazy followers coming with you, but the journey is long. It's a lifelong journey. So we need to be able to inspire other people to come along with us. Unfortunately, again, many change makers are failing to inspire their communities. The journey is too unattainable, it's too dangerous, that people don't even want to try. So the fourth tool we need in our backpack is a box of matches. Because with the matches, we can light up the way and show people how they can join us. We need to revive the fires that can gather us around, and we can share inspiring stories about the future that's not future, because we're already creating it today. So along with the matches to inspire others, we need a fourth mindset, and this is the mindset of authenticity. This means that we need to be able to share our successes, of course, that inspires others, but also about the mistakes, the failures, the things that are not going well, because otherwise we're deceiving others. This is a difficult journey. So we need to be able to reach within ourselves to find the optimal language that allows us to celebrate our successes, but also learn from our failures. So my fourth invitation for you is to reflect on your stories, the ones that you tell yourself and others. Are they truthful and honest, or maybe they're misleading and deceiving? And it doesn't make you a bad person. Sometimes we do this with the best intention. We don't want to scare others, but sometimes we deceive them. So think about this. So until now, we've explored 4 tools: the map, the binoculars, climbing rope, and the matches, with 4 mindsets: mindfulness, hopefulness, care, and authenticity. Now, it doesn't matter how great you are at mastering these tools and these mindsets. Your journey could still stall at any given plateau. Many change makers do that. They get stuck, and then they give up. Others, they ignore the signs of failure, and they keep banging their heads against the wall, only to fail time and time again. So the 5th tool is the most important addition to our backpack. Anyone wants to guess? It's a compass. We need to set the compass to our values, to our purpose, because this is what will allow us to stay true to ourselves, to find our way when everything around is foggy and cloudy and we don't know where we're going. Even if we have to reroute and go back down and back up again, the compass will allow us to find our way. And with this comes one last mindset, and this is the mindset of gratefulness. To be grateful for every step in the journey, both the good and the bad. When we can see a beautiful sunrise in the mountain and when we get all muddy and dirty. Because transformation happens not at the summit, but in the journey. So take just 5 seconds for yourself to think about one thing you're grateful for in life. Now, you may realize that becoming a change maker is not so easy, is it? And if you think about these global challenges, Mount Flourishing seems a long way off. But one important thing to remember is these are journeys of inner transformation. It all starts with us. So if you get lost, take out your map. Figure out where you are. Use mindfulness to stop and breathe. You don't know where you're going. Take out your binoculars and look, gaze to the horizon, and find hope in your own strengths. Feeling lonely? Reach out to others. You got the climbing rope that helps you to connect and develop a caring relationship. Want to inspire others? Remember to use the matches to inspire them to come with you. You can do it. And finally, remember to use your compass. These are aligned to your values. They will always be with you. And be grateful for every step in the journey. I thank you very much for spending a little bit of time in base camp. And now I have a task for you. I hope to see you all as pioneers with your backpacks full of tools and mindsets on the slopes of Mount Flourishing. Thank you.